Hi, and welcome to another episode of Probably OK's Topical Rainforest. It's the podcast where we select a random topic and we just talk about it.
Yeah.
That's unique, right?
It's completely unique. No one's ever done it before.
Sarcasm?
Awesome.
You got to introduce us.
So, I'm getting to it. So I'm Mike, and today we have Sean.
Hey,
back again.
I'm Sean.
We got Jeremy.
Hey everybody, this is Billy D. Williams.
He's back. Billy D. Williams is back for another episode.
Always good to hear from you. And we have Eric.
Hello.
Eric is my brother, and he's tall, and he's in some of the Probably Okay videos.
Not very many, though.
Some of them.
4.
Hey, Eric. It's good to see you.
Hey,
or
good to
hear
be
from
here.
you, I should
We'll
say.
link Eric's best videos in the description below.
And honestly, I forgot. Who else do we have? It's
Scott.
Scott.
Here.
No.
Scott's here.
No,
Hey, Scott.
no, it's actually Peter.
You're tricking me.
It's Peter.
I wanted Scott.
Peter, you're not Scott.
No, I'm Peter. Hello everybody. I'm Peter.
Scoot in a bit, Peter.
I'll scoot in.
Let's get some topics.
Whoa.
Whoa.
What is that,
Silence your
Mike?
cell phones. For the sake of those around you, please silence your cell phones now.
Now let's enter the Topical Rainforest.
Oh, it's spooky
I feel
in here.
sweaty already.
Okay, Mike, what are the topics?
Well, I'm kind of generating one at a time here. The first one is dreaming, which is
I like that.
kind of interesting.
Jeremy tells me his dreams. He was telling me some of his dreams this morning. They're really weird.
I have many dreams, and I'm writing a manifesto.
So we have dreaming,
Dreaming.
possible topic to
Yeah.
talk about.
Okay.
And next one, youth.
Ooh, that's a
Lame.
great album.
Oh.
Wait, is there an album called Youth?
Probably.
Are you referring to ABBA?
ABBA didn't have an album.
It's ABBA.
Youth. What am I thinking of? There's an album called Youth.
There is an album called Youth.
Phil Collins. Probably.
Wait. Hurry up, we're dreaming?
There's
But that's dreaming. That's
No,
not Youth.
Saturday-
Saturdays
dreaming.
equal youth.
Saturdays
M83.
Equal Youth by M83. And
Youth,
There's
I'm
Sonic
sorry,
Youth.
is the debut studio album of American rock band Citizen, released June 11th, 2013.
I know, and I love. That's my favorite album.
Okay,
I don't know why I forgot that.
Topic number 3.
I love the song in there about young people. They sing about young people. It's really good.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah, it was the best album of 2013. Right, Peter?
No.
Wow, you guys are such hipsters.
Now-
Come on, come
now
on.
I'm trying to
Topic
think what
number
that
3.
would be.
Peter likes me. Peter's really into music.
The third topic, I'm not a big fan of this one, honestly.
Tell us, maybe
I'm
we'll
throwing
love
it
it.
out there, and
Yeah, you're supposed
I'm
to be
shooting-
impartial, Mike.
I am being totally non-impartial about this because I don't think it's a good one to talk about.
What is it?
Parents-in-law.
Parents-in-law.
I can't
know
find a
anything about that.
girlfriend.
Well, Peter's married,
I'm.
so he
yeah.
would be able to contribute.
Maybe
Yeah,
he
but-
doesn't want to.
Jeremy's
I don't know
not
if I'd want
married.
to
I'm
that
not
much,
married.
so.
Eric's not married, and you're married, but I don't. You have a really great. Well, actually, I don't know.
I do.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I've never really liked the idea of complaining about your parents-in-law because,
Me too.
I mean, that's like my wife's family, and I love
Right.
my wife, so
Aww.
complaining about family just doesn't seem right. I'm just going to say that again.
Well, I mean, who says
Not
we have
being
to complain
impartial.
about subjects?
Yeah.
This
yeah.
is topical rainforest.
We
It's
could
not.
be
Oh, that's right,
anything
and
we
we-
want.
It's not whiny complain time rainforest.
It
It's
could be. We did.
contradict everyone else rainforest.
We chose against optimism.
In the first, but that was just one episode.
Retcon.
So, do we vote now on which topic?
No. There are rules.
What are the rules?
What's the
No
rules?
voting.
The rule is we need a unanimous vote.
Oh,
Okay.
So we could technically spend the entire time just trying to decide.
Like in 12 Angry Men, the classic movie where they all have to decide one thing and they like stay for hours and talk. And
it's called Four Angry Podcasters.
But I'm pretty sure that we'll be able to come to a conclusion
Yeah.
Pretty
I mean, it's definitely going to be the first one.
It's dreaming.
I
Dreaming is
I love
definitely the
youth,
topic.
But like youth is so broad and vague, right? I mean, you guys don't want to talk about youth.
I mean, I kind of would rather talk about youth than dreaming, but they're both good topics.
Yeah.
I mean, if we were talking about youth groups, that would be a different thing.
Yeah.
What if we smashed the two together
Youth dreams.
The dreams.
and talked about the dreams of our youth?
Oh.
Wow.
Well, I'm done. I'll see you guys next time.
Jeremy wanted to be Batman when he was a kid.
Currently.
He still wants to be Batman.
Wait, like literal dreams at night when we were kids that we still remember,
Or things we wanted to do when we were young.
See, that's the thing. It can be whatever you want.
I didn't have any aspirations.
That's why I don't
yeah,
like
me
rules.
either.
Which is, would explain the current state of my life.
What do you call it
Oh.
when your butt breathes?
What is it?
Aspiration.
Okay.
Oh.
So why don't we just go with dreaming?
I think we should go with dreaming.
Okay.
We can, if you want to talk about young dreams, you can. But you should also be able to talk about dreams you had when you were old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Old dreams.
Because there are no rules.
Well,
Just right. No rules, just right.
Yeah.
Have it your way.
So who's going to take it? From
We
here?
went to McDonald's one time, and the guy at the McDonald's was like, my sister was like, can I have like not have mustard on that? And he's like, sure, this is McDonald's, have it your way. But it was like 10 years after they got rid of their because now it's like ba 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 ba, I'm loving it.
I'm loving it.
It used to be McDonald's have it your way.
That's Burger
So it just
That's Burger
was
King.
it Burger King?
Yeah, Burger King's like, yo, man, have it your
So
way.
like this guy, he worked at McDonald's. He didn't even know that like he was using their competitor's slogan. It was very strange.
Huh.
Alter the story while it's being.
And that was a dream I had.
Oh.
Inception.
It didn't really actually it did happen. I'm lying.
Does anybody ever have dreams about being in school again?
Yes, I had a nightmare 3 nights ago that I was at my college that shall remain unnamed. And
Ooh, it's the college again.
yeah, and that it was Sunday morning chapel, and I hadn't cleaned my room and I hadn't shaven, and I wasn't dressed yet, and I had like 5 minutes to get out, and my roommates just had junk all over the floor, and they were just like sitting in their beds, and I was like, guys, we gotta get out. We're gonna get demerits. Because normal colleges are like that. You won't be able to tell what college I go to based on that statement. So
Yeah.
I have dreams like that all the time, though. Like I have play dreams because when I was in high school, I was in a theater group. I have nightmares all the time that I'm back in that group, and they're like, "Oh, you can play Captain Hook," and I'm like, "Oh, that'd be great." It's like, "Yeah, the show's going on in 10 minutes. Memorize your lines," and I'm like, "I don't have time. I can't do this," and they're just like, "Too bad. You got to do it." And it's really stressful.
Every couple months or so, I have. It's not the same dream because it's very different every time as far as like where I am, or what exactly I'm doing. But the theme is always the same, and it's I'm either in my car or I'm at home, and I need to get to school, and I know that by this point my class has already started. If I go, I'm going to be like several hours late. So I'm thinking, what's even the point? I'm going to miss the whole day anyway.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter that I'm not going to be there because I've already done this all before.
Yeah.
So again, what's the point of me going? And so it's this weird dream where I'm back in school, but I don't need to be there and I'm late. And I don't know where that comes from.
So it sounds like both of you guys are having dreams that tap into deep anxieties that you have
Yeah.
that are maybe unresolved.
Are you saying that Mike and I have to go back to college?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you have to do something like that.
Mike, you up for re-enrolling this fall?
Yeah, I could definitely go get a master's in
A master's in... Well, I can't get a master's in cinema because
something.
they canceled the program.
Your name is Jason.
Oh, man.
You volunteered for this program, Jason.
But what would... Okay, here's a
I'm
question.
going to go back and
What
get
would
a
you-
degree.
Oh, okay, what? In what?
A degree in I have no idea.
If you could get a doctorate in anything, what would you get it in?
Ornithology.
Huh.
Is that the study of oars?
Birds.
Orn. I didn't hear the N. I thought you said ornithology. I was like, I don't know what that is.
Ornithology.
The study of
The study of
oars.
It's like a study of like any subject where you go or, and then you change it. So you can be, if you have that doctorate, then you can go into any situation and just be like, or, and just completely like blow everyone's mind with some new paradigm.
Silly.
You think that's silly? Peter thinks that's silly.
Yeah, I think that's silly. It's a silly idea.
Peter, you can leave.
Oh man, Pete.
Hey, he's our guest.
Oh,
Just letting you know,
I'm sorry.
Peter probably won't be on every episode. I mean, unless he wants
Heck
to.
no. Heck no.
Probably.
you could.
Say
You could
heck
join
no
us.
again.
Heck no.
He said heck no. He doesn't want to
That
be on
didn't
all of
sound sincere though, so he probably will come to some.
Can we attempt 4-part harmony at some point?
Oh man, that'd be a disaster.
That'd be nice. Okay.
Peter starting. Let's do Beach Boys.
That's my dream.
What if you released an album called Pet Sounds and it was just like dogs and stuff?
That you took like a year to record
But you spent a year
and you
recording
were
dogs.
Really perfectionist.
And you're yelling at the dog like,
how
"You
you
didn't
recorded
bark
it."
right, dog. Bark again."
Yeah.
You spend an entire lifetime recording animal sounds so you can get every pitch of every animal naturally without doing pitch correction. Just so that you can write songs and create music with animal sounds.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good dream right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be.
What would you get a doctorate in, Eric?
Hmm.
I would do ornithology because that sounds awesome.
Ornithology.
Ornithology, yeah.
So that you could say
Ornithology.
or.
You can just blow everyone's mind in any situation.
Man, if I could get a doctorate in sandcastle building, that would be the coolest doctorate
He's a half-ass in it.
ever.
He's phoning it in.
Hey, this is my first podcast, okay?
I'm trying to sharpen your skills.
Sandcastle was all I could think of.
Sandcastles?
Sandcastles.
And Peter, what was yours again?
I actually did not give a subject that I would want
Heck
to talk
no!
about. I really have not given that any thought.
We haven't
in my
talked
life.
about dreams yet.
I'd get a
We'll get
degree
to
in
dreams. We'll get to dreams.
podcast production
I would get a doctorate.
so that this could actually be good.
Let him
Lord
talk.
knows we need
I would
that.
get a doctorate in geographic information systems because I had a professor who had a doctorate in that, and it was just kind of funny that he had a doctorate. in
What do you
that.
do that? What is that? What do you do with that?
It's
You
like the
teach.
science of everything that goes into geographic information.
What's it like to
systems.
have your life together and to be moderately successful?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I mean, you picked a major that real smart people pick.
Not
You're
you'd be
the only
surprised
person.
though.
Yeah.
There are some dumb people.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, are you saying there are dumb land surveyors out there?
Probably, yeah.
Because you just use the Leica machines, and they do all the work for you, right?
Sorta.
Like the company Leica that makes like really expensive film and digital cameras, they also make surveying gear.
Yeah, which I've
So,
never used.
One
used
time I just like
Trimble.
went to Peter's college and he was wearing like a pink shirt that said Leica on
Pink,
it.
it was not pink. It was orange.
I remember it being
It
pink.
was orange.
It was orange, but it was like a bright orange, and I was like, why is he wearing that shirt? And then I found out it was because they make stuff for his profession as well.
Yeah.
We got to get to dreams, though.
Correct.
Mike talked about, and I talked about a
Yeah.
dream. Eric, you didn't talk about a dream.
I had a dream recently where I was taking karate lessons at our old church, and I was very insubordinate, and I was beating on the aged instructor and gouging him in his eyes. I don't know where that came from, but I was being very rebellious against authority and expressing a lot of rage.
Is that typical to your personality?
No, it's not actually. I like to get along with people, and so I think I was trying to work something out in my subconscious.
Must be. I had a dream not that long ago that was just totally out of character. I don't raise my voice. I tend not to get really angry.
Yeah.
But I had this dream. I was at a hotel, and the guy just kept leading me around to like one room after another that was either already being stayed in, or there was just bed sheets and pillows tossed everywhere, or one room was like completely like a being renovated. Maybe there was another that was falling apart and in this old dilapidated like wooden structure. I don't know how I got there, but I just kept getting angrier and angrier about all this. I'm like, I just want my room and I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
And is there anybody here that is at all competent at running a hotel? And I was working up this entire rant in my mind that I was going to just dole out to the manager of this hotel. I was going to tell him everything that has gone wrong and how I've been searching for my room for hours and no one can help me. And then I woke up, and the first thing that I thought when I woke up was, I'm very disappointed that I cannot rant to that hotel manager about my terrible experience.
Yeah.
I woke up and I was disappointed because I was so worked up.
Oh man.
Yeah, I do sometimes wake from like dreams about like tragedies, or dreams about like horrible like explosions or like nuclear war, and I'm like, oh great, now I live in a world where that happened. I'm sad about it, and then as I slowly wake up, I'm like, oh wait, that didn't happen, and then I like feel this euphoria. It's like, wow, my life's better than it could have been.
Yeah.
And that's such a weird experience. It's almost like your brain is like practicing for bad things to happen. Yeah. Like it's like experiencing them before you actually experience them.
Well, that leads into something I was going to ask. What do they mean? What's the purpose of them? There's a functionality to it, right? There's a reason we have dreams.
Yeah.
And I think the more self-conscientious you are, the more pointless your dreams become. Because your dreams are like this place where your subconscious mind is trying to piece it all together and trying to figure it all out from the last day or the last week or year or decade or whatever. But if you think more about your life on a moment-by-moment basis, then you're processing it while you're conscious.
So then your dreams are just like,
right,
let's go fart boarding.
Exactly. And that's, my dreams are like that. Like every other dream I have is
fart boarding.
Hold on, what is fart boarding?
Fart boarding.
No,
it sounds like
I know what fart boarding is. I have done it in my dreams.
It sounds, for me, I don't know about Jeremy, but for me, it sounds like you'd be riding on like a surfboard and you'd be propelled by magical farts.
That's what I
but
see.
Actually, in my dreams, it just means you go and find interesting pieces of wood in buildings, like, and benches, and then that have interesting harmonics, and then you toot on them and it makes interesting sounds.
Yes.
And you record them for a year in every pitch imaginable, and then you put out an album called Fart, and you call your band Fart Boys.
If you want to go fart boarding in your dreams, become a narcissist and think about yourself 24/7.
Yeah.
Every decision you do, every interaction you have, process it, take it apart.
Yeah.
Just pick it apart, so that your conscious mind is doing all that work.
Wait.
And your unconscious mind has nothing better to do than go fart boarding.
Jeremy, you just figured out a way to make living conscientiously an entirely selfish,
Yes.
selfish process.
Yes.
Why are you living why are you so conscientious of others? Oh, it's not because I care about you. It's because I want to go fart boarding in my dreams.
I want my dreams to be really weird.
I want my dreams to be weird.
Now, where's this coming from? 2 days ago, I had a dream that I was sitting at work in our shipping dock. We have this ramp and a big door and docks and stuff where trucks back up and all that. And I had a dream that I was sitting there Indian style, and I was covered in KFC gravy. That was it. It was 8 hours of that. Now, and I licked the mustache. I looked at my arm, and I go, "Yep."
So were you laying there?
No, I'm sitting.
You're
sitting
sitting.
Indian
Lotus.
style, cross-legged.
Cross-legged.
So was it like you had just eaten a lot of KFC and you had grease all over you, or was
No.
it like someone had upended an entire bucket of grease of?
The flow was from the top of my head down toward the ground.
Was it
So
flowing out of your head like a volcano?
No, it was like it had been poured on me by some unknown force, right?
Anointed.
And the whole point of the dream, the 8
Anointed.
hours of this was the process of realization that I'm sitting there and covered in gravy from KFC.
Yeah.
Right? It's like 5 senses are engaged: touch, taste, smell, sight. The other one, hearing. I guess you can't hear gravy, but in your dreams you can.
So are you saying you need to be more conscientious so you don't have weird dreams like that?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I'm a narcissist, and during the day I process everything that happens to me so that my subconscious is free to do weird stuff like fartboarding or covered in gravy.
But being covered in gravy, that's like not the same as fartboarding is like a fun dream. Being covered in gravy, that's just boring.
Gravy is delicious.
So you were tasting it too?
I'm also obese.
Well, it was a sort of dream where he wasn't freaked out about anything. He wasn't. It's not like anxiety making itself known. He's just.
Did we just
kind of
discover like
laughing at himself?
Right.
Did we just
For
discover
what
like a
he's
new lifestyle? Like, hey
yeah.
man, come over to my house tonight. We're gonna dump gravy on
We'll
our
go pour
heads,
some gravy.
and we're just gonna sit on the ground Indian style,
Yeah.
and just slowly eat the gravy.
Gravy train.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think
That
that is a
sounds
type of dream though, where you're kind of
That sounds
laughing
like an
at the
interesting-
dream during the dream.
So this is a lucid dream. You're in control.
Well, some of my dreams are, and most of them are semi-lucid, where I'll open my eyes for a minute and go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then the dream will change because I gain consciousness for a split second, and I'll say, okay, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to the narrative and change it from there. And I don't always have control. I can control some things, but not. I can't make the sky purple. I can't change locations, but I can make new characters appear. Or if I want to, I can just choose to wake up, and it's 4 a.m. and I have nothing to do, and I'm wide awake now.
Speaking of,
Go.
what should KFC's slogan be? Because
Bucket.
Burger King's is have it your way. McDonald's is ba 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 ba. I'm touching your burger before you get it.
Okay.
You think about that. I'm touching your burger.
I'm touching. Everybody touches your food.
Yeah, every food you eat is touched by
Everybody
someone.
touches it.
I touch your food.
And if you eat a banana, you don't know, some monkey might have touched it.
Spiders.
Or spiders.
Spiders.
Well, Peter's going to correct me about monkeys.
I feel like if a monkey got to the banana, he'd eat it.
Or destroy it.
But what if he touched it and an alarm went off and he like ran back into the rainforest?
Release
Could
the
be
banana.
possible.
Release the banana now.
Banana security system.
Oh man.
Woo.
But we haven't come up with a slogan for a motto for KFC.
What
Kentucky Fried
about finger looking good?
I see. You're just going to be a spoil sport and remind us
yeah.
that there is one.
There is one.
Great. Okay.
I'm sorry. I mean, you could find a way to like.
Okay,
alter
new
that.
one. We need a new one.
Yeah.
It's brown and warm and will help you survive the winter.
Warm brown downtown.
That's kind of like you could misinterpret that to be like going to the bathroom or something.
Yeah. You ever been driving around downtown needing to push down a 2-pound brown?
No. Eric, you haven't said a slogan yet.
I think Jeremy's is pretty solid.
Yeah.
How about
Warm brown downtown.
KFC? Greasy chicken from the South.
Is it? It is from this. It's from Kentucky.
South-ish.
I forgot it's from. Yeah. Well, Kentucky is like.
Quasi-south.
Is there a name for that region?
Are you guys gonna pick up on
It is part of the Southeast.
The Southeast.
During the Civil War, it was kind of
this?
split.
Nobody's gonna pick up on that. The name KFC is their slogan. Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's finger. Oh.
Finger looking good.
technicality.
Isn't that the name, though?
Kentucky Fried Chicken. The name KFC is
Yeah.
their slogan.
Oh, because they just go by KFC now. They don't say Kentucky Fried Chicken anymore,
Yeah.
which is weird. I never eat there because it's gross, and I feel gross. The couple times I've gone there, it's really gross.
Yeah. I like the green beans.
I had a dream that I ate at a KFC once.
Dreams.
Way to bring it back, Mike. Good job. Was that real, or did you just lie?
No, that was totally real.
So what was the dream? You know, I realized telling people your dreams is like the most antisocial. Well, in the sense that it's the most interesting thing to the teller and the least interesting thing to the hearer.
Narcissism.
Because the teller is remembering all the amazing visuals they had in their head, and the hearer is just like they're just hearing the story secondhand. And
You're
it generally
supposed to use your imagination.
Yeah, but it generally doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't have the things that make stories something that you want to hear.
Because the dream can't really be described. It's like this,
Yeah.
You know, you have to simplify and abstract it just to.
Yeah.
Because like a true human story, storytelling that we enjoy generally doesn't follow dream logic, and when it does, it's done in such a way that it just looks cool if it's in like a movie.
Yeah.
But if you made like a podcast where you just told dreams for 30 minutes, that would be really bad.
The best way to tell somebody your dream is to just use your dream as a story prompt. And then just go off on some random story and just make it all up.
Wait, so you're
Wait.
saying lie?
So that there's at least a plot, it actually goes somewhere.
When you were telling your dream, you were just making that up?
Mike,
That
how do
was-
we
No,
know?
no,
how do
no.
we know that anything you said tonight is actually true?
You don't.
I just had that idea based on what one of you guys said.
Oh yeah, you just had that idea. Okay.
When you said that telling your dreams isn't interesting, I'm like, well, maybe the best thing to do is just make it up, so it's interesting.
Mike, I think
Because
every
you're a
dream you've ever
narcissist.
told us, you've just made up,
Well,
and you have no way to prove otherwise.
I will prove it to you
Topical Rainforest,
someday.
We'll be talking about narcissism. I'm your host, Billy D. Williams, the greatest man alive.
That's Billy D is back in the studio.
Yeah.
You know it. I'm always here for you, Sean.
Well, it's about that time.
And that's how you end the
It's
broadcast.
getting dangerous. It gets dangerous this time of night in the Topical Rainforest. There are lots of like
Black people and monkeys.
lions and cheetahs and gorillas that are coming out of the mist. And if we don't get back up into our treehouse, we're gonna get eaten by. So you hear all them coming. So
Did you guys see Swiss Family Robinson, where they built that treehouse like 20 feet up in the air?
yeah, that wasn't believable.
It was a great movie.
Yeah.
They rode
Well.
ostriches.
I hope that everybody found this podcast to be quite remunerative today.
Well, it's part two. Part two is always the second film is always the weakest. Iron Man 2, not that great. Pirates 2 wasn't kind of weird.
Davy Jones was
Empire
awesome.
Strikes
You really like
Back
that one?
sucks.
I like the squid guy.
Peter just said Empire Strikes Back sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I shot down your idea.
Star Wars Episode 8, terrible.
Shrek 2.
Shrek, yeah.
Shrek 2 was great.
I've never seen Shrek 2.
I haven't either.
You seriously haven't ever seen Shrek 2?
Right, but I sold it though because I'm an actor. Everybody I know thinks that I love that movie.
Mike, have you seen Shrek 2?
I think so.
Cool.
Donkey, get out of my swamp, part 2.
Donkey.
Well, Peter and Eric got to say some more stuff because they're not
Make
going to
content now.
make
Some
content.
parting
Eric.
words.
Yeah, parting words from our guests,
I feel
Peter and
good
Eric.
about how much I spoke.
He did. Peter actually.
I
Had some
feel good about that
contributions.
too.
Yeah, I said stuff. Yeah.
Eric,
Peter made some good contributions. Yeah, I agree with what Peter said about himself.
I concur. We
Man,
need
I love
actual
technology.
material.
That's
we need
great.
actual planned material.
all right. Well, we gotta
And
say goodbye, Mike, because the lions are coming to get us in the Topical Rainforest.
Phone lines are open
All
now.
right.
Call now.
I'm out.